boxer? How do you feel like you get out of that bubble to make somebody a real boxer?
I mean, what he's doing is, kind of cool. If he can continue to steal money and they match him the way they match him, I can't knock his hustle. So if they can match him the way how they've been matching him.
Gervonta Davis in another sexual assault allegation, lawsuits incoming, potentially criminal charges levied. We don't know yet, but we know that fight is up in the air, and I think that fight's not going to happen, and they're going to either have to move the fight back or they're going to have to look to a replacement or both. I don't know.
This fight is still technically scheduled for November 14th to air on Netflix, but it's basically hanging on by a thread. But the team, Jake Paul's team, have reportedly gone and contacted all the fighters, and the names that they're looking at contacting to fight as a late replacement.
Floyd Mayweather has once again shaken up the boxing world by calling out Jake Paul after Gervonta "Tank" Davis's fight was canceled due to ongoing legal issues. Mayweather announced he's ready to face Jake in a real fight this time, not just an exhibition. He also confirmed he won't be moving up in weight, meaning if the bout happens, it will follow full professional rules. Fans are buzzing with excitement over Floyd's bold challenge, eager to see if this marks his true return to the ring.
Died down some, but at the time, people badly wanted you and Jake Paul to fight. Is he someone you're interested in, or no?
Well, if you go back, you got to do your homework, look on the internet. I think he was doing a sit down on a podcast one time, and he talked about it. He said, I don't want to do an exhibition against Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. He said, I'm only doing real fights. And of course, I can't get up high in weight, but I'll fight him in a real fight at the weight that I'm at. But Jake Paul, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to be bad.
Have you been impressed?
But one thing I like about him, one thing I do like about him, he's selling it. He's selling it, and he's making good money. And
Davis's highly anticipated showdown with Jake Paul has been canceled due to an ongoing lawsuit and investigation. His promoter, Most Valuable Promotions, released a statement confirming they're reviewing the situation and have decided to call off the event for now.
You know the situation. It was supposed to be boxing Gervonta "Tank" Davis, a man that weighs 133 pounds or 135. Regardless, it's a man that is way, way smaller than Jake Paul. So that is just ridiculous, and I'll give you my thoughts on that before anyway. But now it turns out that Gervonta Davis has some allegations about domestic abuse. I don't know too much about the situation, but apparently Netflix have pulled the plug on that fight. It says, here's a tweet I'm reading from Mike Coppinger. As reported, Jake Paul's return could shift to December, with the November 14th Netflix exhibition in jeopardy due to the latest allegations against Gervonta Davis. Sources tell Ring Magazine that December 12th and the 19th are possibilities.
Courtney Rosal, the ex-girlfriend of Gervonta Davis, has filed a civil lawsuit against him over an alleged incident that took place on October 27th at a Miami nightclub where she works. The filing accuses Davis of battery, aggravated battery, false imprisonment, kidnapping, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. According to the complaint, Davis allegedly dragged and assaulted her in multiple areas of the club, including the kitchen, parking garage, and stairwell. Police in Miami Gardens have confirmed that an active investigation is underway alongside the civil case.
And Gervonta "Tank" Davis faces new abuse claims from a woman who claims to be his ex-girlfriend. This is according to our media partner, the Baltimore Banner. Courtney Rossell says she dated Davis for 5 months and recently filed a civil lawsuit accusing him of aggravated battery, false imprisonment, and other offenses. She claims Davis physically attacked her a number of times during their relationship. Rossell claims the most recent incident was Monday at a Miami nightclub. Davis is scheduled to fight Jake Paul
Recently, Chael Sonnen addressed the chaos surrounding the rumored cancellation of the Jake Paul versus Gervonta "Tank" Davis fight. He revealed that he personally reached out to both camps to uncover the truth. According to Sonnen, he spoke with people from Jake's and Tank's teams, but neither side could give him a clear answer. Their silence, he said, only fueled speculation that something serious was happening behind the scenes. Sonnen suggested the issue might go beyond scheduling conflicts, hinting that legal and promotional complications could also be involved.
Tank has one job to do, which is to let anybody know that's listening that it doesn't make any difference, that boxing is a real sport. My skills versus your skills, of which I am an abundance of and of which you have none of. My life's commitment and dedication versus a second or third or fourth thought in the world of priority on your list. And I used to believe those things. Now, I go back far enough in MMA that I've had my eyes open a number of times. The fact that karate was so incredibly useless, or the fact that Jeet Kune Do was so incredibly useless, like these were not things that I would have bet on when I was in high school. As a wrestler at that time, I would not have assumed that I would fare well in a fight against somebody that knew Kung Fu. We had all been falsely led through Hollywood. Not through competition, not through sport, not through understanding of the game, but just through Hollywood. We were told that those guys were the most dangerous guys. So, we then eventually get up to Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, which had a weight discrepancy, but it was very small. I mean, I watched.
Floyd Mayweather has called out Jake Paul for a fight now that Tank Davis's matchup is in jeopardy. Mayweather has been open about his views on Jake, acknowledging his success in the crossover boxing world and admitting he finds him entertaining, but he stops short of calling him a real boxer. Floyd has said a fight with Paul would be too easy, implying that Jake wouldn't pose a serious challenge for someone of his skill and experience. While he respects Paul's ability to build a profitable niche, Mayweather believes a bout against a true world-class fighter would expose the gaps in Jake's training, technique, and competition level.
There are many, many people who believe you're the most talented fighter ever, period. So whatever you say to this question, I think is important. Are you impressed? Does he have boxing ability, or is he just an entertainer who has a lot of fans and can promote a fight and has fought lesser opponents? Or is he actually talented?
As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter, a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
Does he have the ability, with what you've seen, to continue to mold himself into somebody who can actually? He told me before his goal.
Mayweather's refusal to agree to rematches has left many fans feeling that some questions remain unanswered. Meanwhile, Jake Paul has often faced opponents who are older, past their prime, or smaller in size. Mayweather has cautioned fans about the quality of Jake's competition, but admits Paul is entertaining to watch. He also warned that stepping into the ring with a true professional boxer would expose the difference in skill and show Jake's real standing in the sport.
Logan Paul and then Jake Paul now fighting Mike soon in the summer. What do you think defines a real boxer? Because I feel like people are still confused on if Jake Paul is a YouTuber boxer or a real boxer. How do you feel like you get out of that bubble to make somebody a real boxer?
What he's doing is, I mean, kind of cool. If he can continue to steal money and they match him the way they match him, I can't knock his hustle. So if they can match him the way how they've been matching him, more.
Meanwhile, many boxers and experts praise Floyd Mayweather not only for his speed and defense, but also for his exceptional mindset. They say his greatest weapon was his unwavering self-belief, the confidence that he could beat anyone. Former boxer Tony Jeff has noted that Mayweather often took control of fights before they even began, using his mental sharpness and supreme confidence to dominate his opponents long before the first punch was thrown.
Believe in themselves, but you need more than that mindset. You need to have the full package of everything that I'm talking about, what Floyd has got.
Fighters should only want to get better. The more you win, the more you should work hard. If you think about losing, you're going to lose. All I ever thought about was winning. So that's all I know.
Floyd would visualize his success before he even stepped into the ring. there was no alternative to him but winning. And this mindset isn't just for boxing, it's for all walks of life. And I've actually done a full video talking about how I used this mindset of visualization to win my Olympic medal. And it was an absolute game changer. Now, Floyd used to use this mindset to ease the pressure that he put himself under. And he made himself think like, I'm not under any pressure right now, where he was under immense pressure.
Pressure either makes you or break you. Well, you see where I'm at, so it's obvious that I'm the type of athlete or I'm the type of entertainer that can deal with pressure. There's never no pressure.
Now, if you watch his fight in 2013 when he fought Canelo Alvarez, Canelo came in a young, strong, undefeated fighter, but by round 2, Floyd kind of had him figured out. He was reading Canelo's jab. He would slip outside and then come back with a clean counter punch, then move his feet and get out of the way. He basically had the full fight under control, and he was controlling the full rhythm of the fight. He was forcing Canelo to fight at his pace. And this is what he would do in all of his fights. He would get his opponent to do what he wanted them to do without their opponent even realizing it, which is what we call boxing IQ. Now, even though I'm not a fan of Floyd Mayweather personally, because of the time when I did meet him, what he said to me made me just feel like this guy is a piece of shit.
Reports suggest that Floyd Mayweather is also eyeing a potential fight with Mike Tyson, a move many experts see as more than just a money grab. They believe Floyd's goal is to remind the world that he's still the biggest name in boxing, even in retirement. With all eyes on the canceled Davis-Paul showdown, Mayweather doesn't want anyone, not even his protege, stealing the spotlight. Those close to Floyd say this is classic behavior for him. He thrives on attention, competition, and making unforgettable moments. His rumored fight highlights a larger truth about today's boxing world. Legends like Mayweather are constantly battling to stay relevant in a rapidly evolving sport.
People that are known, where you can get somebody and they can sell tickets to events. That's what kicked off the social media influence boxing that Jake Paul was birthed from. Now we're in a vacuum. And so there's going to be a lot of conversation about that and continuing to do that. In this particular video, though, I want to get into the mind of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and why Floyd Mayweather Jr. would do this. There is the money, but there's also the competitive nature of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and him not wanting to have other people think that they're a bigger star than he is. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has not been able to really launch his star outside of the sport of boxing, so he continues to do exhibitions. Now, what I think is that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is announced it at this point in time with Mike Tyson in order to take advantage of the publicity heading into the Gervonta Davis-Jake Paul fight, which is, I do believe, set for November. So now that they have all the publicity and all that stuff coming out from that, he's going to piggyback on it and then try to have it in the beginning of next year sometime and actually make it a bigger event than Gervonta versus Jake Paul. And it probably will be. And the reason that I say that is because of Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is bigger than Floyd. Let me say Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson's bigger than Floyd Mayweather. I still think his name is bigger than Floyd Mayweather, even though I know Floyd has made more money in the pay-per-views. And I think that had a lot to do with, again, social media area and otherwise. But the combination of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson and the question about whether...
Several reports claim that Jake Paul's team is actively reaching out to top fighters as potential replacements for Gervonta Davis, whose upcoming bout is now in serious doubt due to his legal troubles. Rumors are growing that Paul's camp has contacted Terrence Crawford as a possible opponent, given the uncertainty surrounding the Davis fight. Although several names have surfaced in recent days, nothing has been officially confirmed. What makes this development significant is Crawford's elite skill level, which would bring real credibility and excitement to the matchup. However, Crawford has not agreed to anything, and discussions appear to be in the very early, speculative stages. Fans are now questioning whether Jake Paul's team is shifting its focus toward a more serious, high-caliber opponent.
This fight is still technically scheduled for November 14th to air on Netflix, but it's basically hanging on by a thread. But the team, Jake Paul's team, have reportedly gone and contacted all the fighters, and the names that they're looking at contacting to fight as a late replacement: Ryan Garcia, Terence Crawford, Francis Ngannou, I mean, come on, we'll get into them, and Nate Diaz. So he's already fought Nate Diaz, but let's go through them one by one. I mean, Ryan Garcia, he's a similar size to Gervonta Davis. He's bigger though. Davis made him come down, didn't he? Then he beat him up. So that was Ryan Garcia. Quite a bad loss for Garcia, that was, because he was up for the fight, but Gervonta Davis beat Garcia. Garcia also isn't really big enough to be jumping in with Jake Paul, but that's a fight that potentially could happen. Garcia is a massive name. He's a big he's a social media star. He's a big public figure. Loads of followers on Instagram and social. I mean, his Instagram's over 1 million, I'm sure it is. He's just a big name, good looking kid, great fighter, fast stands, and he's quite controversial as well. So that'd be a good fight, but the weight disparity, again, it's too big. So for me, when I say it'd be a good fight, it'd be interesting to see how Ryan Garcia would go in against Jake Paul. But to be honest, Jake Paul's far too big for him. Who else we got? Terence Crawford. I can't see Terence Crawford entertained in this, but then you never know, do you? If the old bunts make sense, then it makes people do strange things. And Terence Crawford's getting on now. What is he, 37, 38 years old? Had a great win against Canelo. Would he jump in with Jake Paul for mega money? Probably. He'd paced him as well. I mean, Terence Crawford would be too much for Jake Paul, even though he's up at 168 in his last fight, super middleweight, my old weight division. So I don't think Jake Paul would fight him. Francis Ngannou, I mean, why even chuck Ngannou in the mix? Ngannou would just hammer him. He's too big. I mean, he talked about Anthony Joshua. That never happened, did it? It's a load of bollocks. He talked about fighting AJ, then announced he's fighting someone the size of one of AJ's legs in Gervonta Davis. So for me, that...
Many people were already skeptical about the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis fight. Veteran boxer Carl Froch was among the harshest critics, calling the matchup basically a rubbish fight. Froch argued that it wasn't a truly competitive bout, as Paul lacks real boxing experience, while Davis is far more skilled. He dismissed Jake as more of a showman than a serious contender, and said true boxing purists wouldn't take the fight seriously. For Froch, the issue isn't about who would win. It's about whether the fight deserves to be viewed as a legitimate contest between two elite professionals.
Absolute clown world. Really fitting for fake Paul, the clown, because it's a clown show. You're putting him in with somebody who's 100 pounds lighter. I mentioned the weight disparity before. Getting on for 7 stone. It's a weight-governed sport. It should not be happening. He's too small, Gervonta Davis, against the big Jake Paul, who's in the gym a lot, training. Apparently he's fit and strong and he has a go and he can fight a little bit, which I disagree with, because I don't think he can. He's not able to fight a little bit. He certainly can't box. But these allegations against Gervonta Davis, they're very serious allegations. Anybody that's laying hands on women needs to be shut down straight away. They need to be, for me, they need to be locked up and the key thrown away. You shouldn't.
Amir Khan also called the matchup a huge mistake, criticizing the organizers for approving what he described as torture. He argued that putting Davis in the ring under such conditions would be dangerous and unfair. Reports show that Jake Paul weighs over 200 pounds, while Davis has never fought above 140. Khan warned that the weight difference alone makes the fight unsafe and questioned Davis's motivation, asking if he's just chasing a payday before walking away from the sport.
A little bit. I think the way he looks himself, the way he acts, and I think he's just full of himself as well, and he thinks he can fight, and he's only been boxing for what, like a year, but he's been very lucky though. He has he's had some good wins against like MMA fighters. He's a little bit heavier than me, but I don't mind putting the pounds on just to beat him up.
Some critics are questioning why the fight was called off, arguing that Tank Davis is still physically fit and ready to compete despite his ongoing legal issues. They point out that many athletes have fought while facing charges, suggesting the cancellation may have been motivated more by public image and company reputation than genuine concern for the fighters. Many fans feel the promoters should have allowed the fight to proceed, given the high level of interest and financial investment. Others disagree, noting that the seriousness of the allegations could have triggered massive backlash if the event had gone ahead.
Did Gervonta Davis's cancellation of his fight with Jake Paul, was it the right decision from Jake Paul, his team, and Netflix? Did they make the right move to cancel the Gervonta Davis fight? I want to know y'all thoughts in the comment section. We'll probably do a longer video on this later, but I want y'all to interact and let me know y'all thoughts. Now that we know the fight is canceled, they announced it late yesterday while we were in the middle of our live stream. What is your thoughts? Do you think the fight should have been canceled? Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.
Peace. Would you have preferred the fight to be called off? Hit the like button and join the conversation. I'll see you all soon. What's your take on this? Should Floyd Mayweather face Jake Paul now? Or should the organizers wait until Tank Davis's legal issues are resolved?